Let's begin. So, good evening, everyone. This is lecture number 10. We are dealing with spherical mirrors, and if I remember, we did cover a lot of things in the last class. We discussed if the rays are not parallel, if they are marginal, then where do they meet? Do we remember this? They will not meet at the focus, but they will meet r minus r by 2 cos theta. Do you remember these points? Yes or no? Now
Yes, sir.
these are the points, beta. If you can remember them, you will save a lot of time in the examination hall, because what you see here, this derivation, you might not get enough time to do this in the examination hall. And I always keep on telling you, JEE Main is 100% test of your speed. JEE Advanced is 70 to 80% test of your speed. This year paper was 90% or maybe 95% test of your speed. It was more or less like a JEE Main paper. Remember this? For marginal rays, this is where they meet. And if the rays are parallaxial, but they are not parallel to principal axis, they are going to meet at this point, and f dash will be equal to f theta. This is actually f tan theta, but for small angles, tan theta and theta are same. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Alright.
Yes, sir.
Ah. So this is plane trigonometry. Let us move ahead. And today, since I think we have done almost everything, so what I'll do is, or what we will do is, we will write all the formulae together, and then we will start solving the question based on those formulae. So let us start so that you have all the formulae in one place. So let us write the formulae, the important formulae that we will have to use in the problems that are coming right now. I hope everyone can see this. Formula number 1 is F is equal to R by 2. Do we remember this formula? Remember, whatever formulae we are writing, all formulae are valid. When they are valid, they're only valid with proper sign convention. Do you remember this? Do we remember this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Remember, without sign convention, formulae are invalid. And I've told you sign convention many times. I've also told you for real image, U is negative. For real object, U is negative. For real image, V is negative. For virtual object, U is positive, and for virtual image, V is positive. Do we remember this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everyone remembers this? Okay. F is equal to R by 2. Second formula is 1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 2 by R. Instead of writing it as 2 by R, you can remember it as 1 by F. Then the third formula that we had seen was for transverse or lateral magnification, which we call as simply M, and that is HI divided by HO, height of the image divided by height of the object, and the formula will come as minus V by U. You can also write it in terms of F and U, F upon F minus U. You can also write it in terms of F and V, F minus V upon F. Now, most of the question from JEE Main will probably fall in these three categories. You may be able to solve them just by these three things. But when you come on to JEE Advanced, you will be needing the other two only probably in the advanced category. So in the advanced category, then we have the longitudinal magnification, length of the image divided by length of the object. Do we remember this?
Yes, sir.
That will be equal to minus delta V by delta U. We remember this. For small objects, this longitudinal magnification can be written as minus dV by du, and we have seen that this minus dV by du is nothing but V by U ka whole square. That is your magnification ka square. We remember this? Are say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The last formula was for superficial or aerial expansion, MS. This was area of the image divided by area of the object, and it is simply coming same as M square. We remember this one as well?
Yes, sir.
Well then, congratulations. We have now ventured into the territory where we will start solving the questions. And let us see if we can solve the first one. Are we ready for the first one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll start with a straightforward question. And the question comes here. This was asked in one of the engineering exams of my time. I mean, before my time. And these are the type of question that you can expect in JEE Main. So here comes the question right on your screen. I hope you can see it on your screen. Yes or no? An object 5 meter tall is placed 1 meter from a concave spherical mirror which has a radius of curvature of 20 centimeters. You don't have to write the entire question, just write the question in short. I've asked your office people to send me your sheets, but still waiting for them. So once I get them, we will do problems from that sheet only. Okay, so an object 5 centimeter tall is placed 1 meter from a concave mirror. The radius of curvature is given as 20 centimeters. You have to find out the height of the image. Remember, this object would be placed perpendicular. So we are talking about transverse or lateral magnification, and I'll give you time, I'll give you a minute. Let's see if you can tackle this one. Straightforward question. And my dear friend, this has a straightforward answer. I'll give you a minute. I'll keep my mouth shut for a minute.
Sir, answer is C.
Answer is C. That is correct. 0.55 centimeters. Well done. I do not get very excited with the right answer. I get more excited when I understand how this answer was achieved. So I'm more intrigued by the factor. How did you get this answer, my dear friend? Tell me. Was it a guess? Or did you get it? So more concerned with the answer. Yes, how did you get it? Yes, beta, tell me.
This question was in Sunday test paper, sir.
Okay, it was in the paper. Okay, I forgot. I forgot it. Maybe it's a common question then. But it's a lucky thing, and these type of things can happen when you do a lot of questions. Whatever question you might see in the examination hall, you might have already done this. So how you have, since it appeared in the paper and you remember it, I did not. How are you supposed to do it? Well, you don't have to go
1 by V plus 1 by U equals 1 by F.
1 by V plus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Okay. So what do you do next?
U is minus 1. F
Okay.
is minus 10.
U is minus
1.
minus 1.
Minus
Okay.
100.
Minus
Minus
100. We have converted into centimeters. Okay, great.
F
F
is
is?
minus 20. Minus 10.
F is minus 10 because the radius of curvature is given as 20. So focal length becomes half of that, and it is a concave mirror. So it is negative. Yes, from here you will get the value of?
We will get the value of V.
You will get the value of V. That is correct. What is the value of V you are getting, beta? Okay, you will get some value of V. Then what will you do?
Minus V by U equals to?
Magnification will be equal to minus V by U.
That
So
equals
now,
to height of,
once you get this magnification minus V by U, that is
height of
equal
the
to
image by
height of the image
object.
divided by height of the object. From there, you will get the value of the height of the image. Well done. This is exactly correct. All of you have done this one in this way. Well, if you have done this, this is the exact way of doing this question, and you will get your answer. But remember, beta, as I keep on telling you, this question is not going to come in JEE Advanced, probably. This will come in JEE Main. And it is more a test of your speed rather than whether you know how to solve it or not. Now, the difference between an average student and a student who has done smart work would be that an average student will take some time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes to solve this. A smarter student will solve it in, let us say, 15 seconds or 20 seconds. That is the entire difference. Now, how are you going to solve this? Well, when I see this step, you actually don't need to do this step. This is just to find out the value of v. That doesn't mean that this step is wrong. This step is exactly correct. You will have to find out v. I also used to do it 10, 12, 13 years back. I used to find out the value of v, then I used to find out magnification, and then from there I used to get the height. But remember, it's a test of your speed. I'm going to take some time to get the value of v. I don't have that time. So what do I do, my dear friends? I know the value of u. Everyone understands the value of u? It is minus 100, yes or no? Everyone understands? The value of u is minus 100. Can I have raise hands from everyone that we understand it is minus 100?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Everyone understand that the value of focal length is minus 10? Now, once we understand, then we don't have to actually find the value of v, because I can straight away, if you can recollect, I can just move on to this formula, my dear friends, and straight away get the value of m from here. So what I have done, I have taken one step out. I've taken one step out. In fact, I can take two steps out and I can directly calculate hi from here. So if I combine this number 1 with number 2, and how do I get these ideas? Well, you will get these ideas when you solve a lot many questions. You combine step number 1 and step number 2. I can straight away write, my dear friends, height of the image, and I will remember it ever. Height of the image is height of the object into f divided by f minus u. Now you will see the same question could be done in a single step. That doesn't mean that what we have done is wrong. No, that is absolutely correct, spotless correct. But the problem is, we have consumed time from the clock. We have eaten time. This time can be utilized for another question which might require time into it. Do we understand how I got this? So I just put the values now with sign convention. HO, I think, is given as object is erect, so it is plus 5. F, I think, is minus 10, so 5 into minus 10 divided by focal length again is minus 10 minus of minus 100, and voila, you get your answer in a single step. And that is what I call doing smart work, my dear friends. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
Having said this entire conversation, having justified my logic, whatever you have done, bacha, is absolutely correct. This is the way it has to be done. But probably in a board exam where they give you marks on the steps. In JEE Main, and this is a question of JEE Main, we're only concerned of getting the answer fast. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understand this? Please raise your hands. And how are you going to understand how quickly I can do? The more the number of problems you do, the more the number of questions that will come in this way. All these formulae, 3 or 4 formulae, they will be by-hearted in your head. And then you can make a list of all these formulae. I'll give you something known as a mind map, which has all the formulas at one place. You can keep that list right in front of your eyes and you can just solve questions looking at that list. And that is what I call smart work. Do we understand this? Everyone got this answer? Anyone has any doubt? Please raise. If you don't have any doubt, then I shall move on to the next question. Shall we move on to the next question, beta?
Yes, sir.
I think I have lost the other class. I hope they are with us. We move on to the next question. From concave mirror, we jump on to convex one, and I think this question has come in JEE once or twice. A convex mirror of focal length f forms an image which is 1 by n times the object. What is the distance of the object from the mirror? Straightforward question. Yes?
Option A.
Option A is absolutely correct. How did you get this?
Law of magnification.
Yes.
M
you
is
just-
equal to F by F minus U.
Well done. Remember, we have to get the answers quickly. That's it. As I told you, there is no question that you will not be able to solve, my dear friends. The only thing that matters is, can you do it quickly? Now, remember, there are few things that you have to remember in this question. Every question that I give is for a certain reason that I gave you, because I want you to understand something in this question. And remember, getting the answer is the least of my concerns. I'm not concerned with the answer. I am concerned with what I asked in the question, what you have to understand in this question. Anyone has done this? Anyone got the answer? Can I have raised hands? I've lost the other class, but I am getting some raised hand from the students. Students at the back, are you in the class? Yes, sir. Okay. See, I told you I'm omnipotent and omnipresent. Only my one eye is working right now. The other eye, since the other camera is out, the other eye does not work. Anyways, that thing will be there. Okay. Now let us see at the important point that you must remember, because if this question comes in JEE Main or Advanced, they might give you options that might be confusing, and in a haste you might mark the wrong option. Okay, now let us see what all things you have to understand in this question. The first thing you have to understand in this question, it is a convex mirror. A convex mirror has a focal length f, so this focal length will be taken as plus f. Do we understand this? Yes or no? First thing that you have to take. Forms an image which is 1 by n times the object. Now there is nothing said about the object, so we will assume that the object is real. It should be real probably. Let us not assume it. Okay, object might be real. I don't know the object is real, so let me not put it here. Okay, now what type of image is formed? Nothing has been said about the image. As you can see, nothing has been said about the image. Do you see this? Nothing has been said about the image. What type of image will be formed? Remember, whenever you encounter a convex mirror and the image is given and it is not given, what type of image is there? We'll have to assume that this has to be a what type of image? This has to be a virtual image. Why a virtual image? Because for a real object, assuming the object is real, a convex mirror can only form virtual image. If the object is virtual, they will probably mention that the object is virtual. Do we understand this? Now, having said that, if we have understood these 2 points in this question, then the question becomes very simpler, because now we can actually put the formula m is equal to f upon f minus mu, f minus u. Magnification, remember, if you have taken negative sign, your entire answer will become wrong. Magnification for a virtual image has to be positive, and the value of magnification is 1 by n. Do we get it, my dear friends? Magnification is 1 by n plus 1 by n. Focal length is plus f. This focal length is plus f. This focal length is plus f. The only unknown here is the value of u. You can easily solve this and get the value of u. Yes or no, my dear friends? M is known, f is known. You can easily calculate the value of u from here, and just by a simple cross multiplication, you will get the value of u, and you will get the value of u as how much? You will get the value of u, I think, as 1 minus n times f, which can be written as negative of n minus 1 times f. Negative sign indicates that the object is what? That the object is real and the image is virtual. These are the small things that you must note down from a question of this nature, so that when a so-called difficult question comes, these small points, if you remember, you will be able to solve that difficult question very, very simply. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
Everyone got this answer? Yes or no?
Sir.
Shall I move on to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let me put this question. Again, remember, whatever we are doing is probably falling in the same category where we just are using the 3 or 4 formulae that we have seen, and that is how I always built up the questions. First, we just do a couple of questions where we understand how to put the formula, and then probably we'll move on. A candle flame, 3 centimeters, so 3 centimeter would be its height. It's placed at a distance of 3 meter from a wall. How far from the wall must a concave mirror be placed so that it may form an image of 9 centimeter high on the wall? There's small things that you have to understand in this question. You can understand those small things, your answer will come in a flash. Let's see if you can do this. And I wait patiently for your results, for your answers. I'll give you 2 minutes, don't worry. Yes, my dear friends, anyone with anything that looks like an answer? Remember, answer is not important. Important is if you understand the question or not. I hope you understand the question. Yes or no? No, yes. Now, see, As soon as the language of the question becomes somewhat different, we get puzzled. Don't be puzzled, beta. Question is still a very simple one, and you will see that very quickly. Remember, this is ray optics. You may not have to draw a ray diagram, my dear friends. You may not have to draw a ray diagram, but you might have to understand the question clearly. Yes, my dear friends. Shall I help you out?
Yes, sir.
You are given up? Okay, what I'll do is I will share this screen and show you a diagram. Maybe after that diagram, you may be able to solve this question. So as a hint, I have given you a diagram. Can you solve the question now? What are the things that you must understand in this question? Important points. Remember, the answer to every question is hidden in the question itself. Then only we can solve this. If the answer is not in the question, I will not be able to solve it. You will not be able to solve it. The person who has made the question will not be able to solve it. So the answer is hidden in the question itself, my dear friends. And I can see it very clearly. Let us highlight the important points. A candle frame 3 centimeters. So that is the height of the candle flame. And you can see it here. This is 3 centimeters. Do we see this? Yes or no? You just need to draw the diagram. It's placed at a distance of 3 meters from a wall. So this is your 3 meter from the wall, and this is definitely your wall. No prizes for guessing this. How far from the wall must a concave mirror, so this is my concave mirror, should be placed, so this distance is taken as x, in order that it may form an image of flame 9 centimeters or high on the wall. So it should be the height of the image must be 9 centimeters on the wall, on the wall, on the wall. Now, what type of image would that be? That is the first question that should come to mind. What type of image would be? Remember, a concave mirror, my dear friend, can form a real image as well as virtual image of a real object. Now here from the diagram, it is very clear that the image is going to be real or virtual. Will the image be real or virtual?
Real.
Real, because real image can only be obtained on a screen. That is reason number 1. The image is always is on the reflected side. That is reason number 2. So it has to be a real image. But the problem is focal length of the mirror is not given. Focal length of the mirror is not given, sir. What will I do? 1 by u plus 1 by v formula is gone. What will I do? Yes, sir. That is why you got trapped. Yes or no? Because you did not look at the power of the formula, my dear friend. You only looked at one version of the formula. And my dear small kids, You have forgotten the second version, which shall be highlighted now on your screens. The second version, my dear friends. The second version. Dung, 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 dung. This is the second version, my dear friends. And as soon as you realize this, the answer is right there in front of your eyes. Here it does not require the focal length of the mirror. Yes or no? No or yes? Yes or no? No or yes?
Yes, sir.
Does not require the focal length of the mirror. You put the formula, you put the values, get the value of x, and you stay happy ever after in your lives. So that is the formula, my dear friends, that I am going to put, and I hope that someone will help me in putting that formula. Magnification of the mirror is minus v by u, and that is equal to hi by h naught. Yes or no? No or yes? Now, since I have drawn the diagram, you can tell me what is the value of v. Tell me what is the value of v from here. Remember with sign convention. Remember with sign convention, and that is why it is good to understand that what type of image is there. What is the value of v? Look at this. Open your eyes. Everything is in front of your eyes
Minus
on
x.
the. Yes?
Minus x.
That is great. Well done, my dear friend. Divided by what is the value of u? Look at the diagram. Once I've drawn the diagram, the question is over.
Minus of minus x by minus x minus 3.
Minus of x,
X minus 3.
Well done, my dear friend. Remember, if you make a mistake of a single negative sign, your answer will go Bhagwan ke paas. Height of the image.
9.
Ah,
Minus
mistake.
9. Minus 9.
Yes, but yes, my dear friend. Remember, gentlemen, the image will be inverted. That is why I asked you what type of image will be there. Everything has to be taken. A simple negative mistake and your entire answer is ruined. Okay, what about you? What about HO? Height of the object.
3.
Plus or minus?
Plus.
Please write plus then. The only unknown in this entire equation, my dear friends, is the value of x. I am not going to solve it any further. I know you can do this. Tell me the value of x. And it will come in oh, will it come in centimeters or will it come in meters? I've done a mistake here, right? It will come in meters, right? Because this 3 is in meters, so it should come in meters. Here 9 centimeter by 3 centimeter. Even if you convert into meters, 9 by 3 ka ratio will remain same. So the value of x will be coming in meters. Do we understand this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the value of x, beta? Correct?
450.
Yes, my dear friend. Well done. 450 centimeters. And that is the correct answer. Please raise your hands. Kids, of how many students were able to do this? No one? Shameful. So remember, beta, you'll have to understand. Understand what? Understand the power of what we are doing here. Now I'll give you one more question. Remember, the more the number of questions you do, the better you are going to become. Have you noted this down, everyone? Yes or no? No or yes?
Yes, sir.
This is a very simple question and I want a quick answer for this one. The reason I have given you this, I will tell you the reason I have given you this after you solve this question. I have forgotten the number. I think it is question number 3. Yes or no? Or 4 probably. I think it is 4. Doesn't matter. 3 or 4. The question comes here. There is a reason why this question is given. The focal length of a concave mirror is 30 centimeter. Find the position of the object in front of the mirror so that the image is 3 times the size of the object. A very simple question. It is given for a very specific reason, and I must get that reason out from you, otherwise this question is useless. So I'll give you 1 minute, 2 minutes to solve this and give me the answer. Every question that I do, every deed that I do is for a reason, my dear friends. It's for a reason. I don't do anything for free. Nah. I don't do it for free. I do it for a reason, my dear friends. And this question has a reason. This question has a reason. Let us see if you can tell me the answer. Once I get the answer, I will understand. You will understand the reason. Yes, bacha, what is the answer? Hmm?
20, sir.
You is 20. All of you got the answer? US 20 plus 20 minus 20 what?
Minus 20.
US minus 20. Everyone got the same answer? There, no one is there with you?
Yes, sir.
Only one student has got the answer minus 20. Everyone else is looking at the whiteboard and imagining, oh, what has happened? How it is 20? We are getting something else. Is anyone getting anything else? Someone got 20? Is someone getting anything else? Yes, my dear friends.
Minus 60.
Minus 60. I've come up with another answer. Minus 60. Anyone else?
Sir, 40.
See?
Minus
I have
60.
20, I have 40. I have 60. Now I'm waiting for 0, but 0 will not be there. Or 100 or 80.
Sir, minus 40, sir.
Minus 40, sir. What happened to minus 20? Minus 20 are in minority right now. Minus 40 is in majority. And the correct answer is... There are 2 answers, my dear friend. And that is the reason this question was given. There are 2 answers, my dear friend. Now I need the reason why there are 2 answers. We only got 1. How come 2? Remember, every question I give for a reason. And the reason for giving this question was to make you understand and remember that for a real object, my dear friend, this object is in front of the mirror. It's a real object. For a real object, my dear friend, what can a concave mirror do? And I have told that 1500 times. For a real object, my dear friends, what can a concave mirror do? See?
Real image, virtual image.
Yes, my dear friends, and that is why there are 2 answers. One for a real image and one for the virtual image. And that was the reason, my dear friends, this question was given. So there would be 2 answers. One magnification will be minus 3. That will be for real image. One magnification will be plus 3. That would be for virtual image. And then you can straight away put the formula f upon f minus u. In one case, you are going to get, I think, minus 40. And in the second case, you are going to get minus 20. And that is why there are 2 answers of this question. Do we understand this? Yes or no? No, yes.
Yes, sir.
Or this question has gone above our head saying bye bye. Sir, I'm going. Please don't stop me. I am going, sir. Please don't stop me. I'm gone in a spacecraft.
Sir, 1 second, sir.
What, sir?
Second, sir.
Yes, beta. There are two images, there are two conditions possible, and this is the diagram that are showing you the two possibilities. The first possibility, the first possibility, the first possibility is when you have a real image. This is the possibility when you have a real image, and then you have the possibility when you have virtual image. Because for a real object, a concave mirror can form real as well as virtual image. In this case, you have to put magnification as -3. For this case, you have to put magnification as +3. A concave mirror always forms an enlarged virtual image of a real object. I have given it to you in writing many times, but you have not understood it. I hope you understand and remember it now. Do we understand it? Can I have raised hands from everyone that's we now at least we understand this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Remember this. These are the simple things that are going to make a hell lot of a difference in your final result. Remember, everything I do, there's a famous song of during my years, everything I do it for you. Don't remember the singer, maybe backstage, maybe someone else. Those people are gone, long gone. Everything I do it for a reason, my dear friends. And the reason is that I want to make a point. And this is the next question. Oops. Again, making a point. Again, making you understand some concept. Question number 5. Look at the language, and this is the question. Converging rays are incident on a convex spherical mirror so that their extensions intersect 30 centimeters behind the mirror on the optical axis. The reflected ray from a diverging beam so that the reflected rays form a diverging beam so that their extension intersect the optical axis 1.2 meters from the mirror. Determine the focal length of the mirror. Remember, sometimes, my dear friends, questions are framed in a way which might look pretty confusing. But then, if you understand the basic things that I have told you, my dear friends, you would be doing pretty well. The question is right there in front of your eyes. Everything I do it for you? No. Everything I do it for a reason. Let's see. Who can give me the answer to this one, my dear friends? Will you be able to get this? Yes or no? No, yes. Everything I do it for you. Everything I do it for a reason. Yes or no? No, yes. Anyone got the answer? It's the simplest possible question in the entire universe, but the way that the question is framed, that makes the difference. Don't be bamboozled by the language of the question. Don't be bamboozled. Huh? Na. Bilkul bhi na. Understand what the question is going to ask. Remember, the answer to the question is in the question itself. What if it is not there? I will not be able to solve it. You will not be able to solve it. The person who has made the question, he would have made a wrong question that cannot be solved. Answer is hidden in the question itself. May I have an answer? No one has an answer? Sad? No good? No good, my dear friends? No good? This is no good? One of my chief engineers used to say this. No good, my dear friend, no good. This is no good. We must try harder. No good. He was a Yugoslav national. His English was quite dramatic. No good, my dear friends. No good. Yes, my dear friends. Anyone with an answer? Shall I do it for you? Everything I do it for you. Chalo. Now is the time that I show you a hint. And let's see if after the hint you can solve this question. And the hint is coming on your screen now. There. This is the hint. And in the hint is hidden the answer to the question. Converging rays are meeting 30 centimeters behind. That is the first point. Reflected rays are coming from 1.2 meters behind. Remember what was, how did I define the object and how did I define the image? That is the reason I had given you this question. Everything I do it for a reason. And the reason was this. Now you imagine, now you know everything is there right in front of your eyes. Yes or no? Arey, say yes or no. Everything is right in front of your
Yes,
eyes.
sir.
Yes or no? Yes, sir. What is the value of u here, sir? What is the value of u here, sir? Plus 30, sir. Yes or no, sir? It's a virtual object, sir. Yes or no, sir? The value of v is plus 120, 120. Yes, sir or no, sir? Virtual image. It is given that the extensions meet, they do not actually meet, so virtual image. Now you can just put it in the only formula that we have known, 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. You must be wondering why I write 1 by v first. Normally in the books you will see 1 by u plus 1 by v. I always say 1 by v plus 1 by u because for a simple reason that we are going to encounter a similar formula in lenses, and then we will call it 1 by v minus 1 by u. So I get in the habit of calling it as 1 by v plus 1 by u. Now you can simply put it in this formula, my dear friends, and you will get the value of focal length. How much is the value of focal length of the lens of the mirror coming as? Arey? What is the answer?
24.
Plus or minus?
Less.
It will always come with the correct sign. Please say plus 24. That means it is a converging, it is a convex mirror. Only a convex mirror can form virtual image of a virtual object. This is the example for this. Do you understand this? Someone was asking me, sir, give an example of virtual object, virtual image. See, my dear friends, that was not the time to give you an example. This is the time to show you. Do we understand this? Everything can only happen not at the point that you desire. See, when you were small kids, you all desire to get into 10th standard and 11th standard, but you could not get there because that was not your age. So that was not your age of making you understand what is a virtual object. Now is the age, and therefore you are encountering virtual objects. Comes one more tricky question. Let's see. And these are the type of questions that you are going to encounter in your whatever. Let us see if you can give me the answer for this one. The question, I've forgotten the number. I will just number it. Number 7 comes on your screen now. See, a convergent beam of light is incident on a convex mirror so as to converge at a distance of 12 centimeters from the pole of the mirror. An inverted image of the same size is formed coincident with the virtual object. What is the focal length of the mirror? Interesting, no? You were asking me, sir, give example of virtual objects, sir. Now virtual and virtual objects are coming. Everything comes when it's time for it to come. It cannot come before this time. And we must be patient enough to wait for the time to come, my dear friends. And when time comes, everything falls in place. Yes, my dear friends, what is the answer for this one?
Six centimeters.
Well done. How did you get this? I'm happy. तुक्का. Guess. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? A, B, C, D. 50-50 lifeline. How did you get it? Yes, that is the correct answer. Remember, I'm not worried about the answer as much. I'm more worried of how you have achieved that answer. Yes, bacha, tell me. That is the correct answer. No doubts. How did you get it?
Object distance is 12 centimeters.
Okay, so
Image distance also 12 centimeters because of inverted image.
Okay, so how did you get focal length as 6 centimeter? You can put it in the formula, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can get it that way. That is correct. But if I show you this diagram, now this is how this image is formed. Now, what you have said is absolutely correct, beta. The object is a virtual object. So if I write the solution here, my dear friends, the value of u is plus 12. The value of v is also plus 12. Simple. 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. From here, you can actually calculate the focal length, and the focal length will be coming as plus 6. Do we understand this? Yes or no? No or yes?
Sir.
But the reason that I gave you this question was a bit different. The reason I gave you this question was to make you understand that the image is coinciding with the object. The image is coinciding with the object. That can only happen when the rays retrace their path. This is the incident ray, my dear friend. Do we see this? And this is the reflected ray, my dear friends. Do you see it? Incident ray and the reflected ray, they go in the same path. That only happens when the angle of incidence is 0. That means the incident ray is going towards the center of curvature. So the center of curvature or the radius of curvature is 12 centimeters. And therefore, you can also get that the focal length is 6 centimeters. Whenever object and the image are coinciding, center of curvature comes there, my dear friend. That is the point that I wanted to make from this question. Do we understand this? Yes or no? No or yes? Are?
Sir.
You understand this?
Yes.
Wherever you have an image coinciding with the object, think about center of curvature. And that is the important point. You can mark this question: center of curvature, center of curvature, center of curvature, center of curvature. Because you might be needing it when most required. These simple things are going to save you. And comes the next question, my dear friends.
Sir,
Yes, beta.
convergent beam of light seems the mean it converges after reflection or what?
Yes, beta, it does not converge after reflection. It is converging. So at whatever angle it is coming at the same angle it is going back. So wherever is the object, the image will be formed at the same place. Yes or no? What is the doubt? Tell me. Is the doubt clear, beta?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
See, the blue one is the incident ray, dung, 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 dung. The green one is the reflected ray, dung, 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 dung. They can only become same when they fall perpendicularly. That means the center of curvature would come. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
Here comes the next question. If you've understood the previous one, might not be able to do it in this class, but you can take it as an homework. A thin rod of length f/3 is placed along the principal axis. The first question where it is along the principal axis. A thin rod of length f/3 is placed along the principal axis of a concave mirror of focal length f such that its image is real, elongated, just touching the rod. What is the magnification? If you understood the previous question, this question comes just after the previous one. You can remember simple things in life. You would be able to do this particular question, and I'll wind up today's class with this question. Don't be late in the next class, because every minute that we lose in the class may cost us one question, and that one question may be coming in your exam. And I can assure you that even if you do only those questions that we have done in the class, it is much more than enough that you need to do. But I only wish that you practice a lot of questions, because once you practice a lot of questions, you will see same question coming in your examination hall. I can guarantee that. Anyone has noted down this question? The length of the rod is f/3. It is placed along the principal axis. Focal length of the concave mirror is f. The image is real and elongated. One end just touches the rod. Second end, find the magnification. What type of magnification will be there? Third end, lateral or longitudinal?
Longitudinal.
Well,
1.5, sir.
1.5 is correct.
Minus 1.
That is correct. Well done. Someone got the answer so quickly. Well done. Well done. If you got the answer so quickly, well done. We will discuss this question in the next class. Don't worry. We'll solve more questions in the next class. Up till now, we have done questions only on one mirror, my dear friends. So in the next class, will come more than one mirror. And don't get scared by more than one mirror.
Thank you, sir.
We'll do that question in the next class. See you if you have any doubts. I'm always there. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.